we've recently seen the anti-racist protests. Now those protests are not against the government. Those protests are basically endorsed and supported by the government now, aren't they? The anti-racist...
By everybody.
Yes, by everybody.
By Coca-Cola, by all the multinationals, by the BBC, by the Arts Council, by all the museums. Can you find someone who doesn't support anti-racist demonstrations? It's the most pointless marches that ever happened because I can't find anyone who actually says, you know what? I'm a racist and proud. Nobody is a racist. Nobody wants to be a racist. Correct. Nobody wants to be called a racist.
I think even racists don't think they're racist. I think genuinely a so-called racist. But the protests that we did at university in the 80s were anti-government protests, anti-poll tax,
anti-Thatcher.
Clause, do you remember Clause, the gay clause, Clause 28, where we used to go out and Clause 28, anti-Thatcher. We were anti-government, anti-establishment. Now, the marches are the establishment. That's what's bizarre, don't you think?
The marches and demonstrations now are nearly always in support of government policy. They pretend, well, they don't pretend. Their complaint is the government policy is not left enough. But the policies are the right policies for them. They just want them to do more with that policy. They're
supporting the government, saying, "Can you do a little bit more though on this particular ideology?" So the pro-Palestinian marches, the government's just stopped sending arms to Israel, hasn't it? So it's like, oh, okay, so it's all working then. Everything's fine. We're all in harmony, aren't we? We're going out and marching every weekend. We're doing all this, but actually the government's also supporting us as well. So we'll just carry on doing it, won't we?
You cannot do enough for the far left. You can never give them enough. In the news today, the unions are talking about more strikes because they're saying these pay rises aren't enough. They're getting something like 8, 9, 10. The train drivers have got 14% or something like that. And they go, it's not enough. You can't do enough for these people.
So kind of that, I think that's what I'm talking about. I think when I look back on those times, there seemed to be a balance between the government, the people who were protesting against the government. There seemed to be civil liberties. And I'm feeling now... And you're supposed to relax as you get old, aren't you? But I'm feeling more tense. I know Anna, my wife, sorry I'm not allowed to say her name, but my wife, she gets very distressed. She said to me today, I think I need to stop looking at Twitter. She said, and I'm worried that I'm looking at Twitter and I'm just seeing, I'm seeing things focused. And I said, well, you will see things focused, but it doesn't mean it's not happening. It doesn't mean this stuff isn't happening, and actually you're lucky to have Twitter because at least you're getting some visibility of what. And we talked last time with the one that was messed up about the fact that middle class people are being shoved more and more into an environment where they don't see the things that are happening. So they don't go near Piccadilly Gardens. They have private health clubs. They have all that. So they're existing in a little bubble of security, and they're kind of saying, I don't think anything's happening over there.
They don't drink in with the spoons.
Yes.
They don't socialise with working class, or below that it's called the underclass. They don't know any of those people. Live in safe houses, in safe neighbourhoods. They don't necessarily need a decent police force because there's no crime in their areas per se. The richer you get, the more private security you have, so you don't need the police at all. And middle class don't feel the pressure upon the working class. It's always the working class who pay for this. And these are called, we've talked about this before, these are called luxury beliefs. So luxury beliefs are beliefs that you can have as a middle class, as rich people, that make you feel amazing. People then think you've got status because you can say, I'm for welcoming refugees, and that's fine. Well, those refugees do not bring any negativity to your life and your lifestyle because they don't live near you. And they're paid for by taxpayers, so public services all crumble. But you know what? You don't use public services. Correct. You're already in Bupa. You've got your own police security. You send your children to private schools. None of these things affect you.
They don't impact on you at all.
They affect the working class. But you saying those things make you sound a little bit like Gandhi, Mandela, as in, let's welcome everybody and we can all suffer together and we can all build a better world together. Well, you don't, that's how you may look, but you don't mean that.
Yeah.
You mean, well, my life won't be impacted, but I feel fantastic that I'm so compassionate and so tolerant.
Well, you made a very good point, and you said everybody now can wear Gucci, carry Gucci handbags, wear, I don't, whatever the suits are called.
Ray-Bans, sunglasses, Savile Row suits.
And even if you can't get the originals, you get good fakes. So the only way now to distinguish yourself as wealthy or within that bracket is these luxury beliefs.
Yeah.
It's the same as slipping on a fur coat, isn't it? Except it's a metaphorical fur coat. Because I support refugees, whatever. Oh, what a fantastic person you are.
Yeah.
You've got the Gucci handbag and the Ray-Ban, but you've also support, you know, what's that sign they have saying refugees welcome or whatever it is. So you can do that. At the end of the day, get in your Porsche or your Rolls Royce and head back to, not Rolls Royce, Range Rover, and head back to the leafy suburbs of Hale, can't you, basically? And I think that's because I've said, why are these people going on these marches when they're totally safe? We've talked about this before. They're doing it as a status symbol.
Absolutely. They're taking photos of themselves. It's all over social media. And who doesn't want to stop babies dying in Gaza? Yeah. You know, everybody does. Yeah. Who doesn't want to stop the earth, you know, being destroyed by pollution? So all these marches, these aren't controversial marches. These are what everybody agrees with. But you get some social status out of it.
Yeah.
And I read something else the other day. Have you heard of a guy called, I think it's Sad Gad? Yeah.
Gad Sad.
Gad Sad.
Yes. Yeah, he's good actually.
He's
really
very good. I've not watched much of his stuff, but I have seen some of it. And I read a few lines of something someone put on social media the other day. And he calls it compassionate suicide or empathetic suicide, something like that. And what he means is, we have a belief in the West now that's suicidal, and we are killing ourselves because we're empathetic. So allow more people to move here because I'm so compassionate, so empathetic on these people. But the more we're doing it, the more it's leading to our destruction. And he uses a metaphor that there's two tribes live opposite a river, and they can raid each other for resources.
On either side of the river.
Yeah, they can raid each other. But the only thing that stops them raiding each other is knowing that the people on the other side of the river will not allow them to come into their village, to rape, to murder, to steal, to kill their children, to rape their women and plunder. So because they know that they won't be allowed to do that without consequences, therefore they have to trade with each other. But he's saying, in the West now, and especially the UK, there's no consequences now. So people can come here and plunder and rape our children and steal and kill us. There's no need to worry about consequences because there is no consequences anymore now, because we just say, it's not your fault. It's not this culture's fault. Keep coming. We'll welcome you with open arms, hoping you'll murder me and my children last.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that video? I think you did. Come on now, hit that bell, subscribe, comment. Let's build this channel. I need more followers. I need more subscribers. Be part of the journey. See you soon.